Continuing our series on beekeeping answers, answering my friends' questions who's imminently getting into beekeeping, as well as yours if you leave them in the comment section down below. Today's questions have to do with swarms and queens and things like that. And the two questions are, what keeps my queen from going to a different hive? How do I keep my hive from swarming? And how do I avoid getting caught in a swarm? So first of all, let's take the getting caught in a swarm. Actually, getting caught in a swarm is not a big deal. It is when bees are swarming, which means by definition getting from their spot to a different spot. If you are present for a bee swarm, they are very docile. They are not aggressive at all because they have not identified anything in the immediate environment as permanent housing. And they are not defensive of that. They will be defensive of the queen. So if you go up to the swarm ball and grab the queen, they will be pissed at you. If you touch anything that she's on, they will be pissed at you. But when it comes to the fact that they're buzzing around your yard and stuff like that, they don't really care about you. They're really not there to defend anything. They're trying to find a new place to go. Now, what keeps your hive from swarming is a more complicated situation, but the original question was what keeps my queen from going to a different hive? Well, what keeps your queen from getting up and leaving at any second in time is the fact that she is too fat to fly. She cannot get out of that colony. She is basically a slave to the comb that is around her. When it comes time for her to swarm, if she has signaled to the hive that it's time for them to get up and go, she will break off laying for a period of time while she actually shrinks in size. She shuts her reproductive system down. She will reduce in size by like 20% so that she can fly again, and they will get up and leave. But that takes a period of weeks. But if you find your queen in your hive and you see no eggs or anything like that, and you see like queen cells and stuff like that getting ready to go, you are screwed. Okay, she's already cut off the laying, and you need to split that hive now. You need to pick her up and move her somewhere else because she's going to swarm. When it comes to stopping swarms, there's a lot of practices out there that would be like basically each of them would be their own separate video. But there are some things that you can do to keep your colony from swarming, sort of. The first thing is to just make sure that they are not overcrowded. Make sure they have plenty of space. I always run extra boxes on top of my stuff just to make sure that they got space. I am scheduled basically this week. Whenever the rain breaks, I'm going to go out and I'm going to add another box to everybody. I don't care. Everybody's getting another box to manage those swarms. Some of them I will checkerboard it in if they look like they're doing good. If they look like they might be a little bit kind of like not sure if they're going to take it or not, then I will just put it on top, make sure they got plenty of space so that they aren't going to decide to swarm. That's not 100% though. So the other thing that you can do, which I am not doing this year because I just simply don't have the time to do it, and I am not selling, is you can split. So especially if you're in the building phase of your bee yard. Again, previously in another video, I said start with 2 colonies. 2 colonies, if they both survive the winter, become 4 colonies the following year. If they all survive the winter, then that becomes 8 colonies the following year. See what I'm saying? And then 16 colonies. You see where this goes, right? So at some point in time, you're going to lose colonies. You're going to replenish losses that way. But around this time would be a good time to split those colonies if you're in your second year, or if they're just going absolutely nuts. But generally speaking, your first year of beekeeping, it's not something you generally have to worry about. You have to more worry about keeping them alive instead of swarming. But swarming will be eventually a thing that you concern yourself with. It's just not right this second. So when the colony decides to swarm, it's going to swarm. You are fucked, all right? And anybody who says you anything different, that's just not my experience, all right? If you've got to the colony and it is indicating that it's about to swarm, the only thing that you can really do is make an emergency split, which means you take the queen out of that colony and start a new colony with her, or start a nuke and sell it, or something like that. That's about all you can do to keep that colony from picking up and leaving on you. Because if they don't have a queen to lead them, then they are not going to swarm. Other than that, and that's not even 100%, because if they've got capped queen cells, they might decide that the colony is too weak if you do that. And one of them might take half the colony and the other one might take the other half the colony, and they might go their separate ways. I've seen that happen before as well. That's considerably more rare, but generally speaking, the only way to stop an imminent swarm is to take the queen and move her somewhere else. And that's it. You don't want to kill her either, because you might want to, you might have a failed mating and you might want to put her back in there. So swarms is something that's very difficult to manage. Okay. And the folks that I see a lot of videos on, folks are like, you got to do it this way and you got to do it that way, and this will prevent swarms. And I'll tell you, I've tried it all and mixed success.